So let's start with L'Oreal. Of course, this one is the consumer goods company that's in cosmetics and the likes. Global player. It focuses on hair products and skin products, broadly speaking. Market capitalization, $109.5 billion US. Of course, it's listed principally in France, but it has a big ADR, which trades in New York. ADR stands for American Depository Receipt. It's on quite an elevated price-to-earnings ratio, 32.16, dividend yield of 1.4%. Let's go straight to the graph, because that is a chart showing the updated price. 2% up, trading in Paris this morning under the code OR on that bourse. And you should see a similar follow-through. So this is a 5-year chart. You can see it's been trending slowly upwards. Nesan, any specific comments here? I mean, it's got a big European business, but it is also very big in North America, and it's big in countries like Brazil and others. It's an interesting stock because it's one of those ones people like to like, but it hasn't really blown anyone's boots off in the last couple of years.
Listen, I think, it's there's about a third of sales that come out of Europe, okay? Which is not surprising because, I mean, if you look at the GDP contribution, Europe is probably around a third of GDP as well. So nothing unusual about that. I think it continues to trend up. It's the biggest cosmetics company in the world. It has a far reach. If you look at recent results, they've been growing sales organically, which means they've been getting more and more consumers to use their products, and that organic sales growth, coming through volumes rather than price.
Yep.
And I think people are fairly loyal to the brands that they use. You're not going to be changing the brand you use in your hair or on your face.
Personally, I am a strong supporter, as a shareholder of L'Oreal, of the Elseve range of shampoos. Okay. You might say, well, where's the beef there? Why bother? Yes. But my view is you've got to buy the stuff because how is the company going to make the profits unless you support them?
Absolutely. But also, I suppose it's similar like tobacco companies. You don't go and buy a different brand of cigarette each time you go to the supermarket or wherever.
Actually, what I should do is buy Red Ken because that stuff costs a lot more. But then you would probably really say, why bother?
But listen, each to his own. And I think L'Oreal spend a lot of money on research and development.
Yes,
for example, they're doing a lot of 3D skin printing, okay? Which you can just imagine the implications of the application.
For example, they've got a research institute here in South Africa. They've got a very fancy facility down in Braamfontein in Johannesburg where they're experimenting with different products that are more suited to South Africans. And by South Africans, I mean all sorts of different kinds of South Africans. Yeah. So one of the things they've distinguished themselves in is not just being like a Western company. They've looked particularly at Brazil and Africa as potential growth markets and coming up with skin and hair care products and cosmetic ranges which are more appropriate to people in those countries and continents.
So it's important that you focus on the areas that you can potentially see growth from. And the concern with cosmetic companies, it's very fragmented, especially when you go online. I mean, L'Oreal spent a lot of money going online and going digital, but the challenges are that there's a lot more competition out there. But if you've got, 109 billion market cap, you've probably got the budget to do the advertising.
Okay, I'm going to call this one because there's some other stocks that are perhaps a little bit more sensitive to this shift. I mean, this is a global multinational with French roots, but that's all good and well. But how do you feel about it, just in summary, hot or not?
Hot.
Hot on this one. Yeah, me too.